Mr. Lewison.
Question 12, sir.
Exposure to environmental tobacco smoke, also known as second-hand smoke, is associated with health conditions similar to those faced by smokers. This include eye, nose, and throat irritation, increased risk of respiratory infections, worsening of pre-existing respiratory problems such as asthma and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, and also an increased risk of heart disease, stroke, and some cancers such as breast and lung cancer. In individuals, it is often not possible to definitively attribute disease conditions specifically to exposure to second-hand smoke, because the individual may also have other risk factors. At the population level, the Global Burden of Disease 2016 study estimates that tobacco use contributes to approximately 7% of the total disease burden in Singapore, of which 1% is due to second-hand smoke and 6% due to active smoking. Disease burden refers to the number of years of healthy life lost due to premature death, as well as living in ill health. From the same study, 6 persons die each day from active smoking or exposure to second-hand smoke. The results of the same study in 2010 are similar to the one in 2016. Tobacco use, including cigarette smoking and second-hand smoke, remains a leading contributor to the burden of disease in Singapore. The Ministry of Health will continue to monitor the effects of tobacco use and press on with its multi-pronged approach to reduce the prevalence of tobacco use in Singapore. This includes public education, provision of smoking cessation, and tobacco control legislation.
Mr. Lewison.
So I thank the SPS for the reply. I think many people are aware of the dangers of smoking, but I think very few are now aware of the dangers of second-hand smoke. So SPS mentioned a bit about the outreach efforts. So I'm just wondering whether MOH will be increasing our outreach efforts to make sure people are aware of the dangers of second-hand smoke and also what they can do to prevent inhaling second-hand smoke.
Currently, HPB has developed online and print resources, example brochures, posters, to raise awareness on environmental tobacco smoke. And through I Quit roadshows, HPB health ambassadors also share with the smokers and their family members of the harmful health effects of the environmental tobacco smoke and encourage smokers to quit smoking. But we note the suggestion and we'll see what we can do to increase outreach in that area.
Mr. Lewison.
One last one. I mean, I've asked for actually how many, but I think SPS replied the percentage. So could I just get an absolute number, how many people actually are affected by the second-hand smoke in terms of death or diagnosis? I know that the figure in Japan is that 15,000 people die every year because of second-hand smoke. So I'm just wondering whether we have the statistics for Singapore.
I apologize, I do not have the exact, I don't have the exact numbers, I just have the percentages. I can touch base with the members separately. Thank you.